All right, today we're going to talk about a massive challenge that honestly holds so many businesses back. How do you build real, solid trust in B2B trade? We're going to break down how a system called ProdNet Escrow is designed to be a complete game changer, unlocking huge opportunities for businesses. So, let's dive in.
Just think about it for a second. In the world of business-to-business deals, you're constantly dealing with new partners, you're placing huge orders, and there's serious money on the line. Are you really comfortable risking thousands, maybe even tens of thousands, on what is basically just a digital handshake? It's a massive gamble.
And those risks, they are very, very real for everybody involved. If you're the buyer, your absolute biggest nightmare is sending off a huge payment and then just getting silence. Nothing shows up. But for sellers, it's the exact same nightmare, just flipped. You do all the work, you ship the order, and then you never get paid. It's this classic standoff that just slams the brakes on growth.
And all of that tension, all of that risk, it creates something we call the B2B trust gap. It's this hurdle that slows everything down, stops new partnerships from forming, and just makes doing business way more stressful than it ever needs to be.
So what exactly is this trust gap? Well, it's that knot in your stomach. It's that feeling of uncertainty. The risk that either the buyer won't get what they paid for or the seller won't get paid for their work. And it's precisely this gap that stops so many businesses from making deals with confidence, especially when it's with a new partner. So the big question is, how do you fix this? How do you close that gap? Well, this is exactly where ProdNet Escrow comes into the picture. It's a system designed specifically to get rid of all that uncertainty and build a solid foundation of security for every single deal. The best way to think about it is like a sturdy bridge built right over that trust gap. ProdNet Escrow steps in as this secure, totally neutral third party. It holds onto the payment, protecting both the buyer and the seller until the deal is done and everyone is happy. It's like a referee that makes sure everyone plays by the rules.
Okay, so you're probably thinking, that sounds good, but how does it actually work? What does it look like in practice? Well, it's a surprisingly simple and really elegant 5-step process. Let's walk through it together.
So here's how it goes down. First, the buyer puts the funds for the order into their secure ProdNet wallet. Simple. Then, as soon as they place that order, bam, the money gets walked in escrow. Now, with that guarantee in place, the seller can go ahead and deliver the goods with total confidence. After that, the buyer just confirms they got the order and everything looks good. And finally, the system automatically releases the funds right into the seller's wallet. It's simple, it's secure, and it's completely transparent for everyone.
And I've got to tell you, that moment when the funds are locked, that is the absolute turning point. This is the step that changes everything for the seller. See, the money isn't in their bank account yet, but they have a 100% ironclad guarantee that the payment is secured and waiting for them. That one step completely wipes out the risk of not getting paid and gives them the confidence to move forward.
But, of course, we all live in the real world, right? Things don't always go perfectly. So what happens if there's a problem with the order? This is, you could argue, the most important piece of building genuine trust in a system like this. Yep, this is the question on everyone's mind. What if the stuff that shows up is damaged, or it's the wrong thing, or maybe it doesn't even arrive at all? Any system worth its salt has to have a solid answer for this.
And here is the critical safety net. If any kind of issue comes up, the money does not move. It stays safely locked away in escrow. That's when the ProdNet team steps in to act as a fair mediator. They'll review everything and make sure there's a fair outcome for both people. The money is completely protected until the problem is solved.
So at the end of the day, this process leads to two very clear, very fair outcomes. After a review, either the funds get released to the seller because they delivered on their promise, or a full refund goes right back to the buyer because they didn't. There's no murky gray area where one person can take advantage of the other. So, let's kind of zoom out and bring it all together. Why is a system like this such a big deal? What does it actually mean in the real world? Let's break down the huge benefits for both buyers and for sellers.
For buyers, this is a total game changer. Your money is 100% safe until you have exactly what you ordered in your hands. That risk of paying for something and getting nothing, it's just gone. It's completely eliminated. This gives you the freedom to transact with new suppliers from anywhere with total confidence.
And for sellers,
Oh, it is just as powerful. You get absolute proof that the funds are secured before you spend a single cent on production or shipping. This completely de-risks your entire operation, and honestly, being able to offer this level of security makes you way more attractive to series buyers. It's a huge competitive advantage.
So at the end of the day, this is about way more than just one deal. By taking that fundamental risk and uncertainty off the table, ProdNet Escrow basically transforms the entire B2B landscape. It turns it into a platform built on trust, security, and reliability, the perfect environment for businesses to connect and to grow without fear.
And that right there is the real takeaway. This isn't just about moving money or shipping goods. It's about building your entire business on a foundation of trust. So the question to ask yourself isn't just how you'll do your next deal. It's with all this risk removed, who will you now be able to do business with?